a tornado or some shit. Yo! Yo, chat! Yo, chat! Yo, chat! Yo, chat!
Beans, bro. What is that in the bean?
Move it!
Now I can't tell if it's three things moving or one big thing with three lights.
Weirded out. Even my dog knows something ain't right, man. Okay?
Here's a tornado on a mountaintop.
I have never in my life heard or seen of a tornado on a mountain before.
Kendall and I are talking about the Miami Mall situation. Chris Jenner's over here. Like, there was fireworks and a mall fight.
I just don't force people to believe what's actually happening.
So I'm wrong. For the record, I do believe in aliens. I love conspiracy theories. I don't have to believe them all, but I love them all.
You see a group of students went to their teacher's house to prank them, and it ended in the teacher being by one of them.
What?
What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos, very smooth, 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. I appreciate you if you're watching ETV, whatever the case is. I wish it was Smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or two. I hope not. But I will shout out everybody right here. For a minute now, y'all been showing a lot of love, dropping hella comments. So I'm going to go ahead and shout y'all out. Put y'all screenshot right there. Before we get going, hype up the video. Don't forget that as well, man. I be forgetting to let y'all know. And tell somebody you love them, man. But I ain't going to hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Watch this clip and I'll come back at the end.
Over here, sun and moon. Tell me why. And by the way, this one's broken. This one's broken. What the f? Where did that come from? And it's also broken.
Yes, it is also broken. But why is it moving on its own? Not once, not twice, but thrice. Watch.
What the f? Where did that come from?
My guess is that's the one from the other timeline. The one that's just moving willy-nilly on its own. It's almost like it's rejecting her. Like, this isn't my timeline. I don't belong to you. Back the up. Hey, if you've been following along since the beginning, remember the girl with the concealer in the whole video was shaking like this and it was buzzing? Type shit.
I don't know. It kind of gave me like a magnet. I don't know. It was weird.
UFOs are landing all over Brazil right now. All over Brazil. And there's a bunch of people talking about it. It's not like no one's talking about it. Well, there's a bunch of people talking about it. At least the people I watch are talking about it. Which I think is really cool. And they're high-def videos. I'll put some of them down here. But there's a bunch of high-def videos from different angles of these UFOs that are just landing all over Brazil. And you know what? I get it. I honestly do. Our government is so ridiculous. You know, for the last 70 years, which, by the way, it has only been about 70, possibly roughly around 70 to 80 years, where it's become a taboo subject to even talk about this. That's just a recent thing, you know? All throughout history, this has not been a taboo subject. It's something that people talk about all the time. Goodness sakes. But our government has insisted that they're not real. And you know what? Never let anyone tell you that you're not real. That is rude. That is rude. So as much as I would love if they would come and land up here, I get it. They're like, you know what? Brazil is really nice. It's really pretty down there. And they talk about us like we're people. They don't call us demons. They don't say we're not real. So of course they're landing there. Brazil is nice to aliens. Actually, most Brazilians are nice to everyone. It's a very nice place down there. Anyway, so that's happening right now. And there's more. They just like, it started with one farmer and then there was like more and more. And there's multiple angles and really good, you know, viewpoints and videos and stuff like that of these super cool UAP that are just landing in Brazil. And I wouldn't be surprised if they got the first contact, you know, because they're nice people. And maybe our government can learn from that. Stop being so rude. People in general, you know, if you're being rude, don't be rude. Just don't be rude. Whether it's human or not human, just don't be rude. Moral of the story.
Oh, it's a tapeworm, bitch. It ain't moving. Ew, what is it? Ew, take it. Oh, it's like green. It looked like a plastic glove. What is this? In the beans, bro. What is that in the beans? Ew, it's moving. Ah! No, seriously, something just happened.
This was seen over Bend, Oregon, just the other night. Now I can't tell if it's 3 things moving or one big thing with 3 lights, but it's definitely something. What do you think about this, Pooshkies? Let me know in the comment section. Shabadoo!
I just think it's real arrogant for humans to think we the only thing out there.
The tornado or some shit! Yo! Yo, chat! Yo, chat! Yo, chat! Yo, chat! We out! Oh! Yo, chat! Chat! Chat!
New York, y'all really had a tornado? Let me know.
Here's a tornado on a mountaintop. I have never in my life heard or seen of a tornado on a mountain before. A tornado on the top of a mountain. Our weather's getting strange, Pooshkies. Shabadoo!
7.8 magnitude earthquake just struck the Philippines, if you didn't know. One of the, if not the largest earthquake in their history. And there's something about this earthquake that just has me thinking. First of all, the depth was between 10 kilometers and 35 kilometers, right? Which is relatively low, might I mention. And do keep in mind, the Philippines is literally in the Ring of Fire, which obviously holds 75% of the Earth's active volcanoes, which if erupted simultaneously would cause an extinction level cataclysm, right? But here's what I find suspicious, okay? Do you guys remember just a couple of weeks ago when this meteor passed over an active volcano? Bright green, and if it would have impacted with force, it would have been equivalent to that of 7,500 tons of dynamite. But if you had watched the live stream, you would have noticed a bright white object shooting in the opposite direction. Scientists had confirmed that the meteor had disintegrated harmlessly. But do you know where this volcano was that was erupting? It is in the Philippines, the most active volcano in the Philippines to be specific. It is known as the Mayon volcano, the most beautiful volcano in the world. Literally known for having the world's most perfectly symmetrical cone that obviously resembles a very specific shape, now doesn't it? And do you know how many rumors and legends there have been of underwater you-know-what in the Philippines? Though none have any scientific or crucial evidence, of course, but I find it very interesting that this earthquake occurred just a couple of weeks after this did. I'm very curious if we're going to start experiencing more of these earthquakes in the near future.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Here's some information spoken about reptilians by government officials and ex-government workers. The reptilians are known to be part of a grander empire that goes by many different names, mainly the Draconian Empire, which is basically a dark force. They have been visiting Earth since its creation, and they have been known to do genetic experiments on humans and animals, especially during the time of the dinosaurs. They have been known for infiltrating less advanced planets by first offering technology in exchange for resources, because they know that these civilizations are looking for technological advancements. Infiltrating planets from the inside is their specialty, and it is easier to take over civilizations using this technique, which is exactly what they're doing for Earth. This is why you hear a lot about elites being reptilians or having reptilian connections, because they are doing this exact same technique for Earth through the elites. Apparently they have a hierarchical system which includes the elite reptilians having wings, and I keep hearing about this through government officials, CIA agents, people who channel ETs, and it's even depicted in movies. Throughout my research, I keep coming across that at the top of their hierarchical system are dragons, and they haven't polarized the positive or negative, they're neutral. So many shamans have told me this too. They have chosen to advance technologically instead of spiritually, meaning that they have chosen not to advance spiritually at all and repel anything related to the universe and love. This is very common for lower vibrational civilizations. This may also surprise you, but not all reptilians are bad. There are actually split off groups that are high vibrational and are traveling far and wide across the universe to help civilizations like ours. Overall, I want you to know that this civilization has millions of years of history in our universe, and especially on our planet. If they aren't one of the most ancient, they're one of the most dangerous.
Who agreeing with them? Who disagree?
Has anybody ever noticed how celebrities seem to keep getting dementia and pneumonia? What is that? My name is Layla, and I'm dishing out hot takes on true crime. Don't just watch, follow. Quite a few celebrity losses seem like they can link back to a few of the same key players, which is incredibly interesting to me when you consider the web of what seems to be going on. There's theories on the internet about celebrities who are getting pneumonia and dementia and what that could possibly come back to. In my opinion, it seems like when people start talking about things that they probably shouldn't be talking about, they tend to get sick. Of course, this is all just theory. It is incredibly interesting, right? When you think about people like Brittany Murphy and her husband, they both got pneumonia. What are the chances? Kim Porter also died of pneumonia. That's pretty odd. Then we have situations like Britney Spears and Wendy Williams, who seem to have something else going on, but there definitely seems to be some kind of neurological claim against them. Where is that coming from? Of course, the argument could be made that celebrities live a pretty hard-run life, and I totally get that. But it does at times seem that when people start talking about things they shouldn't be talking about, they get sick or they just start to get taken down. What happened to Wendy Williams? Like, we're going to have to dig into that pretty deep, right? If you guys think there's nothing going on there, that's absurd. There's definitely something going on there. And I get the impression that whatever they're doing to Wendy is the same thing they did to Brittany. And this brings me to a pretty serious question, which is, what do we think will happen to Cassie? I think we all know that Cassie is in some serious trouble now, given the fact that Diddy is hardly getting any charges at all. I fear for Cassie so much. I fear that she'll get pneumonia. I fear that she'll get dementia. I fear that something like that could happen to her from this darker web of celebrities. And just in case you're curious, just as a thought, not related to this at all, but if you wanted to find something that could cause both pneumonia and dementia-like symptoms, it really wouldn't be that hard, right? Like maybe even something as simple as arsenic, which when exposed to for long periods of time starts to look something like dementia, and when exposed to it in short bursts of time can cause pneumonia and upper respiratory issues. It's pretty interesting, right? We're all going to have to keep a very serious eye on Cassie, and if she gets sick, we will know.
And I talked to Prince 8 hours before he died. I talked to Prince and he called and he was pitching. He was saying that me, him, and Jay-Z should start an entertainment company. And he said he had talked to Jay and he wanted to do it. And we talked that night, and in the morning, he was gone. I don't know what...
You have enough experiences in life. Look, things happen. Lightning strikes and you have enough.
Oh, no. I'm like, nobody, don't go.
Did I just catch a tornado?
No.
Kinda. Oh my god, things are flying in the water.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
That's crazy. Their stuff is flying. Whoa, stay there.
Some of them is kids down there, bro. Older people too, I'm sure.
Obviously, that was 100% real. Where are all the video?
No
Mom,
way.
are you kidding me? They have
Yeah.
technology that wipes it all out. Rob.
Yo.
Kendall and I are talking about the Miami Mall situation. Kris Jenner's over here. Like there was fireworks and a mall fight.
I just don't force people to believe what's actually happening.
So Mom, Rob, for the record, I do believe in aliens. I love conspiracy theories. I don't have to believe them all, but I love them all. And my brother is right there with me.
There's literally 7 species of aliens, and there's good aliens and bad aliens.
It's more than that, Rob.
There's more than that for sure, Corey.
I definitely think Corey is an alien, by the way. I've already told Corey that. Corey, for sure, is an alien.
Is there proof?
No.
But you're sure?
Well, no. But, yes.
Why do you think Corey's an
I'm
alien?
not stupid. I'm on your team.
Is Corey an alien?
No. There's UFOs on etchings in
But also,
caves.
okay, just a question.
They've literally been here since like the 40s.
Centuries, Rob. Centuries.
Are you sure?
No.
You're not sure?
Remember,
He answering that. He's making statements so confidently. Like he just sitting there, just answering it. Centuries, Rob. Centuries. Not a smile. Not a giggle. Not a he. Shit, crazy, bro. What's y'all thoughts, man? What's y'all thoughts?
Another UFO researcher, also in New Mexico, Aiden Schaefer, or Martin Aiden Schaefer, his full name. He's also in New Mexico.
Don't say he went missing.
He's not missing.
Okay.
He's dead.
Ah, shit.
How? Well, he says that someone allegedly was targeting him as well. And this person by the name of Mark Sokol, he worked for Falcon Space. So this is a propulsion laboratory research facility.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Right.
He says this guy is trying to off me. He's put this on X. He said this guy tried to off me and he's gonna get hit with manslaughter because he threw me in traffic.
Wait, what? Wait, what guy?
Traffic. Martin Aiden Schaefer, the UFO researcher.
Yeah.
He says this guy, allegedly Mark, threw him in traffic and he tried to unalive him.
Who's Mark though? Mark who?
Mark Sokol, who worked for Falcon Space.
So Mark.
But hold on.
There's more?
There is more. Who did Mark used to date?
Oh shit. This is really Clue now. Right.
Amy Eskridge.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Wow. No.
That's his
Mark
ex-girl.
used to date Amy S. Okay.
Correct. So you mean to tell me this UFO researcher in New Mexico, Martin Aiden Schaefer, says this guy tried to unalive him. The very same guy who used to date Amy Eskridge, who said she got hit with direct energy weapons, all in New Mexico. And Amy Eskridge, she was in Rocket City in Alabama. She unalives herself. Then Martin Aiden Schaefer, the way he dies. How did he die? Well, he gets hit with some criminal charges. Police arrest him, and then he dies in the custody of the police.
How?
It just says on his report, deceased.
What do you mean? What's the cause?
They don't know. That's weird.
They never had a cause? He just...
It says deceased. Now here's where it gets even weirder with that. So there is a memorial, like an obituary online, right?
Yeah.
For Martin Aiden Schaefer. They don't even put his birthday. They just put the year and the day that he died. Then his last name. They didn't even spell it correctly.
Where's his family? Right.
So you don't even put his birthday. You don't even spell his name correctly. And it's just like a one splash page and we're done. Tying up loose ends. There you go.
What was the point of that? What was the point of misspelling his name? And
Because they didn't give a fuck.
Right. That's new levels. New lows.
Yeah. Because what happened? Like, how did he die in police custody?
He ain't black, is he?
He's white. It's getting creepy.
Ooh, that's creepy.
When shit like that, having to white people, like, oh, damn. It's getting spooky, for real.
Yeah, it's getting real spooky.
Just saying.
These scientists, I mean, what number is that? That's at least, what, 18?
I lost count.
Yeah, I did too.
I lost count because we have those people, those same researchers that's happening here, that's happening in China too.
Yeah, nobody even dove into that.
What if they scrambling his birthday and his name so that we can't go diving down them rabbit holes, because that's some real deep shit. That we could speak on a lot of different theories, but that's one that maybe too deep. that they like, nah, y'all not even gonna get a chance to look at this. Y'all gonna forget about it in a minute anyway. Like, what if it's some shit like that? I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's all for entertainment. What I'm saying ain't true.
You heard of the legend of
Yes,
the Kandahar giant?
Of course.
Yeah. What did you hear? When did you hear?
Well, I've seen. Okay. There's some freaks out there, man. There's some freaks. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen the YouTube video. Hard for me because I was far away. Okay. I was probably about 200 meters away. We were doing a mobility exercise. Okay, mobility, I hate mobility. Okay, mobility was my least favorite op. Mobility, basically, you get in a bunch of trucks and you kind of roll out and you kind of look for a fight. Okay, so we were doing like a 2-week mobility in this region, kind of north of the Panjway. I don't remember exactly what it was called. It was this surrounded by mountains, this big valley, and we were rolling around. And there was a village that we were going to check out, and I'm like a gunner, okay? So I don't know everything that's going on. I'm a dude on a machine gun, okay? But I can see everything that's happening. I kind of know what we're doing. But I know that there's a meeting, and what they have is they have these warlords. It's not the same kind of political system or anything that we have in like North America. Kind of the baddest dude in the region becomes in charge. Okay, so we were meeting with one of the local warlords, and so the town was like 500 meters away. They drove out from the town about 500 meters, and we had our trucks about 200 meters from the meeting point. Our officer and a couple dudes went forward, and we're looking. This guy, I mean, he was maybe twice as big. He was huge. He was a massive dude.
Like how big?
I think he was 8 feet. I think he was 8 foot something. And it's embarrassing. It's like, Devin, you're crazy. He's big.
How? And he was 200 meters away.
He's about 200 meters away, but I can see the guys. We got optics. Our officer was probably somewhere between at the bottom of his chest. Great big Afghan dude. Big beard, big dude. And his lackeys around him were normal size. Great big warlord. So they're out there. There's big people. There's big
8 feet is nuts.
Damn, I wanted to hear more on that topic.
This is definitely one of those flights where if you missed it, you were actually one of the lucky ones. The video that you guys just watched shows a flight tracker. Here we can see MAF, and it says the last place I'd ever want to go missing. What this TikTok video, of course, is referencing is the very famous Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 that went missing back in 2014. All flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing with 239 people on board, the plane randomly made a turn off course and flew until it ran out of fuel and crashed into the Indian Ocean. Right here you guys can see the flight path. This is where it normally should have been going, and then this abrupt turn. Some people theorize that aliens made the ship disappear or it flew into a portal. That really doesn't hold water here, because even though we haven't found the main wreckage, we've found parts that have washed up on shore even as early as a year after the incident happened. We still don't know exactly why this plane veered off course like this though, and even though they are still looking for it again, we're not really any closer to finding the main wreckage.
You see a group of students went to their teacher's house to prank them, and it ended in the teacher being by one of them.
What?
Bro, you heard about this?
I've heard about this shit.
This is so unfortunate. So this actually happened, I believe, this year. It happened in Georgia to this 40-year-old math teacher named Jason Hughes. So this group of kids that went to this school, they decided to pull a prank on their teacher. And this was actually kind of like a tradition, or they would say a rite of passage of like pranks before prom. The boys decided one night to go over to the teacher's house, and they decided to TP like his house, his tree, just a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they threw a bunch of toilet paper on his lawn and everything. As they're getting ready to take off, they're all getting in their cars and stuff, because it was like a big group of them. The teacher runs outside and he sees what they're doing, and he starts running at the cars as they're driving off. He doesn't realize that the floor is like super wet, and he ends up slipping on the pavement. He slips into the street, where one of the boys that were driving away, they ended up running him over as he was falling into the street.
No way.
And they ran him over and killed him.
Oh my God.
The family eventually calls the authorities, police get there, and they're assessing the whole situation, and they see that this was basically a prank gone wrong. So they take the driver in, and they were planning on charging him with first-degree murder.
Oh my God.
They also get and want to charge the rest of the other boys that were there. But the crazy part about it is the family actually wanted to drop the charges.
Oh, the math teacher.
For the math teacher, yeah. They were basically saying he wouldn't have wanted this because, surprisingly, the teacher was actually a cool guy who knew the prank was gonna happen.
Damn.
And he went outside to do the usual.
Oh my God.
And it was just unfortunate that this happened to him on this day. So
dude, that's so sad.
Damn, bro. Damn.
You see the thing in the Philippines? No. A volcano erupted, and then right beside it, there was 2 natural disasters in one. A meteor came down and it spread green. Oh, yeah. You know, like when Stitch landed, it was green, and then he came out. Ah! It's like Ben 10. It was dead ass like that. It had green flare around it. Oh. Volcano was erupting the same time.
Wasn't there something that like flew up too? Almost like a UFO like rising from where it dropped.
Oh.
Look after though. After it drops, look what happens to the right.
Oh, you're right. It was
There's something rising up.
Oh my gosh.
Why is it rising up though? What's coming back up?
What is coming back
and
up?
why is it bright?
I think we all know what it is.
I have a weird one for you today. Again, I feel like that's the theme of the month, weird videos. The following footage was captured by a witness named Dakota, and he has a really good point. Even his dog notices this weird tree floating in the middle of the air, like just stuck there. No, it's not attached to a line. It's not attached to a fishing line. It's not a prank. This tree branch is literally stuck in the middle of the air. And it has everybody questioning what's really going on around us. It's like things are changing and things are just getting weirder. And should we question this, or is this just feeding into the hype? You tell us. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
Dog's weirded out. If my dog knows something ain't right, man. You okay? Dog's weirded out.
Y'all niggas not mad enough, bro. 66-year-old woman stabbed 18 to 20 times, nigga. 18 to 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 times, nigga. Not right before men's mental health awareness month. No, sir. I'm finna crash out, nigga. Nigga, my grandma be riding tomorrow, nigga. Man, we need the Hebrew Israelites. Y'all the men of Atlanta. Y'all the organized men. I salute it. Like, no funny shit. Y'all need to patrol martyr, bro. We need extra protection, bro. Like, let's do it how the Panthers did it. They protected their home. What y'all talking about? An incel? Man, this shit is CIA, bro. I don't even think like that, bro. But damn, bro. Nigga, I ain't never heard that word before. Nigga, it was just Mother's Day. With y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas got some inner work. Y'all niggas gotta do shadow work, bro. Y'all niggas gotta look into yourselves. Look into the skeletons that's in y'all closet, bro. All that shit you done sweat up under the rug all them years. Now you a grown man walking and there's dust everywhere. And you wanna blame him next. Hey, bro, it's cool. It's cool. You gotta do that shadow work, my nigga. You gotta do that shadow work. But what you don't do, nigga, is take out your frustrations on the woman, bitch ass nigga. Y'all niggas need to do shadow work. Pray to God to change you, to give you a new heart, my nigga. You don't gotta kill yourself. You don't gotta kill anybody else. You gotta kill that inner man, nigga. You gotta kill that nigga inside of you that got these evil ways, nigga. You gotta do some purification. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta get in the sauna. You gotta eat right. And I'm really talking to myself because this should be every man creed every day is to get better, my nigga. to protect our women, to be there for our community, to raise up the children in the right mind, to give them the tools that they need to be successful, to be self-sufficient, to not be just brainwashed and brain-rotted. No, no. Why are we killing our own, my nigga? Like,
she was a phenomenal mom, and just for him to do that, it's unforgivable. I don't forgive him. I would never forgive him, ever.
I would like Marta to put the police back on the trains and monitor them like they used to, because this is the act of senselessness that could have been prevented.
Why do we got to keep protecting ourselves from men? These men are evil. What are we supposed to do? She was 66. She was frail. She was small, 4'11", barely weighed 100 pounds. He's a coward. That's what it is. You're a coward.
He close to my age, so it's just like, there's no way you could just think like that and just do that to an innocent person like that. It just don't sit right.
Considering that someone had just been killed a month prior at the same train station, so it definitely should have been some security ramped up at that train station.
The truth is always hidden in plain sight. This is the father of the NASA program, an ex-member of the party, Wernher von Braun. He's the man that supposedly got us to the moon 6 times. So why does he have this verse on his tombstone? Psalm 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. The firmament, the upper boundary God created to separate the waters above from the waters below, that contradicts everything about space. So how could the lead director of Hitler's missile program become the father of NASA, and why would he place that verse on his tombstone? Well, let me take you on a quick journey. After World War II, the US government launched Operation Paperclip, secretly smuggling in thousands of scientists. Their war crimes would not only be erased, but they'd be rewarded into high-ranking positions in government programs, such as NASA and even the CIA, where experiments would continue into what we now know as MKUltra. But that's another story. Enter Wernher von Braun, top-notch engineer under this guy himself, would get rebranded as America's poster boy of space travel. Braun would partner with 33rd degree Freemason Walt Disney, the man who practically had his hand on the pulse of Americans and could manipulate the young like no one else. These two would work together overtime in spewing the sci-fi garbage into hypnotizing the minds of the masses. Before this, the average person couldn't even fathom the idea of going to outer space, let alone going to another planet. Now, what's even crazier is Wernher von Braun predicted the ambiguous Elon Musk and his desire to colonize Mars. Yup, in 1952, in his science fiction novel, he writes, the leader who would colonize Mars will be named Elon. Can't make this shit up. And that's not a coincidence, it's predictive programming. Now here's an old tweet from Elon sharing one of his fake X images saying, probably the most in space you could possibly feel by being in a glass dome. Glass dome. Like the one mentioned in the Bible where Job says, hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass. He's talking about the firmament, y'all. They are very careful with their words. They love to mock you, and you love it. I'm not sure how many have actually spotted this mind control propaganda, but every presidential election we've had over the past several decades have made claims that we'll be heading to Mars in the near future. Just watch.
A journey into tomorrow, a journey to another planet, a manned mission to Mars.
I should tell you that the first mission is scheduled to land on Mars on July the 4th, 1997, Independence Day.
Using the crew exploration vehicle, we will undertake extended human missions to the moon as early as 2015, with the goal of living and working there for increasingly extended periods of time. Human missions to Mars and to worlds beyond.
We've been there before. There's a lot more of space to explore and a lot more to learn when we do.
We'll establish a foundation for an eventual mission to Mars and perhaps someday to many worlds beyond. We dare to dream big, and that's what our country is doing again. We're dreaming big.
And of course, we've got multiple examples of amateur rockets being shot straight up, and yet eventually they always come to an abrupt stop, almost as if they're hitting a vaulted ceiling. I'll leave this verse right here. But speaking of vaulted ceilings, let's not forget of Hillary Clinton, who seems to be in the know and just loves to throw it in our faces.
So we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you. It's got about 18 million cracks in it. And it may be hard to see tonight, but we are all standing under a glass ceiling right now. Still not shattered, that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
And by reading the comments, it seems like people have caught on to what she's really trying to say here. So, at the end of his life, the man who was responsible for the rockets that would take us to the moon, the golden boy of space travel, chose that one verse for his grave. The firmament show with his handiwork? Yeah, if that's not a confession, I don't know what is.
Early on in the channel, when we went over what Hillary Clinton was saying, y'all be shocked at how many people was justifying what they thought she really was saying, trying to let her off the hook. I thought that shit was crazy. But I'm gonna say this: if God kicked out the fallen angels, right? Now we got Earth and we got a firmament above us, and they can't get out. When she say somebody gonna break the glass ceiling and all this shit, does that mean she's one of the fallen angels, or the people she rubbed shoulders with are the fallen angels, or the people who do what her husband did as part of? I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying it's true, and what I'm saying, this is all for entertainment, is what I'm saying. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. That's just a thought that came into my head when she says that. Fallen angel would be the only thing I can think of that would want to crack the firmament. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Sonic booms and meteors. Yeah, this has been happening over the United States for at least the past few weeks, but only lately has the mainstream media started to report on it. Mainly because they couldn't avoid the meteor that shot over the sky near Boston. Yeah, this happened a few days ago, and it was finally reported all over the place because thousands of people saw it. Plus, it was caught in pictures and on video. And as for the sonic booms, there was just another one yesterday in Tennessee. Hundreds of people reported hearing a sonic boom, having their houses shake. This poor person's windows broke. Yeah, that just happened in Tennessee, but other sonic booms have been reported in Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina. And back to the meteors, it didn't just happen over Massachusetts. This one, that the mainstream media also couldn't ignore, happened over Michigan. Like I said, these sonic booms and meteors have been going on over the United States for the past few weeks. You can find them posted along with videos and other proof all over social media. Just finally, like I said before, the mainstream media is reporting on these stories too. But they're just saying it happened. We all know it happened. I'd like to know what's causing it, 'cause I'm old and I don't remember this happening with any frequency in my life before now. Tell me what you think about this story, Booshkis. Do you think it's all just one big coincidence? Or is something else going on that we're not being told? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Shabadoo, Booshkis. Shabadoo.
I've heard y'all been hearing this a lot, and I seen a Reddit thread do that.
Kanye West might be trying to tell us the sky is actually a projection. Why?
Toxic but True Reality is the first person I've ever heard say that he thought the sky was a holographic projection or something like that. He used it. He said it in certain ways. Don't quote me don't quote me all the way. He said something along those lines, and that's what made me think about it. And then I started seeing. Then I had watched Hunger Games. When I watched Hunger Games, and I saw them do that with the sky, and then I didn't watch King Kong, but we seen clips of that too.
Hear what Olive Garden did? Great. Story time with Bella Vanzella, right? Okay, so there's this single mother who has an autistic child, and she's working to make ends meet as a waitress at Olive Garden, okay? So in walks one of her regulars, and they hadn't seen her in a while, and they were just so overjoyed with excitement that they finally got seated at her table again that they decided to leave her a $700 tip on a $32 bill, okay? So this single mother with an autistic child gets overwhelmed with gratitude and starts crying, and this attracts the attention of upper management, and they're like, why are you crying at work? And she's like, oh my God, they left me a $700 tip, and they're like, well, in regards to that, right? You have to claim 0. You have to enter in 0, okay? And we're going to give you 20% of that tip. But tips over a certain amount are subject to manager approval, okay? And it can take up to 120 days for you to receive this money. So now she gets even more upset. She's not upset out of gratitude. She just had this moment where she's like, oh, finally some relief. And her manager's like, no. So she starts crying even more, all right? The next day she comes into work. They decide to pull her into a meeting and tell her, guess what? They're firing her. And what's their reason for terminating her? Because she cried at work and they don't think that that's acceptable behavior for their location. All right. So now this single mother with an autistic child not only has them stealing her tip money, but firing her. They fired her because she was upset that not only did they steal her tip money, she just lost her job. So in the middle of the meeting, she starts crying again. And what does the management at Olive Garden decide to do? They call the police on her. So you rob this woman of her money, take her job, and then call the police on her because a single mother with an autistic child is upset that not only did she lose the $700 somebody blessed her with out of the kindness of her heart, but she lost her job. I'm just going to say, Olive Garden, now is not the time for you to be playing in people's show. I don't know if you know the current political climate associated with corporate America. 2 words, Louise. I want everybody watching this video to tag Olive Garden. I want some answers. I want to know publicly. You better issue a statement before we boycott all of Olive Garden and make y'all go bankrupt, because why do our tips subject to manager approval in the first place? Why do you even have that? Why are you hiring petty ass people that want to piss in somebody else's cornflakes? I got some questions and y'all need to deliver some motherfucking answers. What y'all finna do to set this shit right? Luigi! Stop!
Damn, she need to sue him for real.
But I'm about to tell TikTok some real ass shit right now. That kid Cyrus that just died is Trayvon Martin reincarnated, and I'm about to drop some facts on y'all. Trayvon Martin was born February 5th, 1995. Cyrus was born February 6th, 2009. 14 years after he was born, after Trayvon Martin was born. They were born 14 years apart. That baby just died this year. Trayvon Martin been dead for 14 years this year, nigga. Do your research. His energy transferred. And I got a picture that showed that they look like. I'm going to drop in the comments. That they're identical. There's no faking this shit. There's no, It's no, nigga. See what's real in this world. This world is real. Energy never dies. And that baby didn't die. He came back and died again. He'll be back 14 years after this. If we keep step on our necks and not standing up.
I don't think it got nothing to do with no reincarnation. He got something to do with them programming the minds. Wasn't his pops a 33rd degree? Or at least along the same, was in that party? Man, let me know if I'm tripping. Don't they use these characters to play this, to do the same role again, just as a different name, and they changed a few things? It's all for entertainment. What I'm saying ain't true, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts, bro.
Gravity isn't natural. It's created. I posted this. It went crazy. I got 1 million DMs. And people want me to break this down on how this is possible. So here we go. First, for context, there's 4 types of forces that exist in nature. A weak force, a strong force, electromagnetic force, and then there's gravity. I said gravity is the weakest force, hence why it's easier to control. Which alludes to, if gravity is created, then it's easier to control because it's not natural. Now, this one's for all the great debaters. A graviton, which gravity is made up of and makes it possible, has never been seen by scientists till this day. How come we can view the elements of all other particles except gravity? And if you don't know what a graviton is, a graviton makes gravity possible where the pushes and pulls occur, etc. Which means, if they never seen it, how does it work? How is this possible at all? So, for all you great debaters, answer this for me. This one's very self-explanatory. How does gravity disappear for a human in space, but exist at the same time for a moon or a sun? Forces cannot be erased, i.e. energy can't be created nor destroyed. Now, this one gets crazy. Bob Lazar, who worked at Area 51, which he said, explains how element 115 is used for anti-gravity tech when they say
it didn't exist until 2003. Wait, hold on. So back in the 1980s, he said it existed. They said it didn't exist. This element is on the table now. It exists since 2003. Then scientists and researchers say, well, this 115 is different from the 115 that Bob Lazar is talking about. How convenient. Being that it's named 115, it has 115 protons, which gives it massive density, which means it would be perfect for gravitational pull. Let's not forget, I'm an equal opportunist smoke giver because this guy said element 115 is not the same. Please don't talk about science so confidently if you are not a scientist, otherwise you will fail. Then I say 115 moscovium has 115 protons, which means it has more pull. It's perfect for gravity, and they can say it's unstable all they want, but disclosing you discovered anti-gravity to the world would be silly. And just for the cherry on top, when Einstein was explaining gravity, mass plus energy, which bends space-time, guess what? They can't explain to this day how space-time shapes or how it's even formed at all. So thanks for playing. Have a good night. You can't debate me on this.
Excursions or practices that they've been doing throughout Southern California. They say these are just like regular routines where they go out and just practice different maneuvers and different tactics. But I've lived out here for a long time and I've never seen this just out in the open. Normally they have locations where these type of practices happen, but to just see them on the streets, for me, it tells me that they're preparing for something. And should they prepare? Absolutely. But if they're preparing for something, should we know what they're preparing for? You would think, with all the rumors and speculation going around nowadays of things to come, that they would put an assurance in our minds and at least let us know something. But we all know something is coming. They're preparing for something. Now, is this an alien invasion? Is this an attack from Russia or China? Who knows? Only they know so far. This could be preparation against, our own people. Lately, I've heard the threat of the state of California running out of diesel. And if something like that did happen, it would cause quite an effect on each major city throughout the state. Could this be the reason? Well, without any real answers, we're left with coming up with our own speculations. What do you think this is? Let me know in the comments.
Let's just hope they're doing this shit all for practice. Nothing major.
The last 8 months I've been renovating this 235-year-old farmhouse in upstate New York. And hang on, because I'm going to tell you something, but I don't want the ghosts to hear me. You think I'm joking, but the idea of offending the ghosts by talking about them in front of them is scary enough for me to have to walk out into this field every time something paranormal happens so that I can tell people about it from the safety of this field. Yeah. I just got out of my car. I came home from the city and I have a grocery bag in my hand. I'm walking up to the front door. And as I get to the front door, I hear as clear as day a man's voice go, "Hello," just like that. "Hello." And I stop dead in my tracks because I'm like, is there a contractor here? And it sounds like it's coming from the window by my living room. I'd show you, but I don't want them to hear me gossiping. So I do a little bit of investigating. Windows are closed. There's no one around. But I am telling you guys, I heard it's as clear as I'm speaking to you. "Hello." That's what it sounded like. Not menacing, just kind of like a welcome home. Got the bugs. I recognize that not everyone's going to believe this story, and that's fine. I understand why you wouldn't believe this. But if it helps to back up my tale, my husband, who's a relative skeptic, I would say, when I finally walk in the door, my husband is coming towards the front door from the dining room. And I immediately tell him the story. And I'm like, I heard a man's voice clear as day say, "Hello." And I thought for sure it was you. But it looks like it wasn't you because you were in the dining room. And he goes, "No, it wasn't me." Get this next part, guys. Get this next part. He goes, "No, it wasn't me. but I was coming to greet you at the door because I thought I heard you talking to a man outside. I'm not crazy. I knew it! Okay. I'm just saying, I needed the validation. He heard it. He heard it. I'm not crazy. Hey, are my friends. And so it's all chill. I get a little spooked sometimes. But, hello. Just gonna come in the front now. Yeah. That's the story. But we're cool. We're all friends. It's a vibe.
Airbnb shooting that happened in West Dallas, where all those people passed away, I don't even know the full details. It don't even matter. Y'all need to stop pulling out y'all phones and recording people when they are no longer here, bruh. A shooting happens, and it's like, let me pull my phone out and record these people who have passed away. Why? They have families, bro. I shouldn't be seeing that on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be seeing these people passed away on the internet, bro. Blood just everywhere, bro. That's not a sight that I want to see when I get online. And it's like, bro, stop asking me why I don't go nowhere, why I don't care to be out hanging out, bro, because people don't know how to act. You feel me? I done been in situations, plenty of them, that was like this. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere that I don't want to be. I do not like going to functions. I don't like hanging out with folk, because when you go around people, somebody out that crowd do not know how to act. That's exactly why I be at the crib, right? I make my money and go about my way. I don't have time for that foolishness, bro. I'm trying to live a long life. Going out having fun, to me, that's not fun, bro. That's not fun. Clubbing, house parties, things like that, bro, it's bound to go left every time. But y'all gotta stop pulling out them phones, bro, and just recording folk, bro. That's not okay.
People want to pull that phone and record the highlights so that they could seek validation from people of, oh, I was there. Oh, I got this. Look what happened. So people can come. It's all attention and clout, bro. It's all attention and clout. That's all it is. Attention is just like another, bro. For real. That is it, man. Prayers. I don't know what happened, but prayers.
So I'm at the Golden Nugget Hotel in Las Vegas, and a lot of you know it. They have a shark reef over there. Well, I walked here to see the sharks. I wore my shark shirt. There are no sharks. So I go up to one of the security guards, and I'm like, hey, where'd the sharks go? And he goes, you see that white line in the middle of the shark tank? And I'm like, what is he talking about? So I look at it, and I go, yeah, that. So apparently the shark tank cracked in half, and the sharks flew into the pool. So now they had to move all the sharks to Mandalay Bay until they repair the tank here at the Golden Nugget. Could you imagine if you were in the pool and all of a sudden a shark just whoop, flew out of the container and went right in the pool?
And I don't even watch the NBA anymore, but I can tell you right now that the Knicks aren't going in 4. Do you see this economy? They need to squeeze out as much money as they can out of y'all. The city, these bars, these online betting platforms, ticket sales, food sales at the stadium, promotion online. You think they gonna let y'all win in 4? Please. And we could already tell because they did that little scandal, I want to say, what was it, last year? 2 years ago? About the betting thing, and that blew right over. So they know that y'all are okay with accepting a little bit of fraud. So yeah, they're not winning in 4. They're just not.
Timelines are moving fast. Be prepared to see some weird shit. Step back and observe because you're watching a play. Artificial intelligence has been given to us to blur the lines so we don't know what's real and what's fake. If you see a video with a horse with wings and a horn, a unicorn for example, flying through the centre of London, you will automatically say that that's AI. They know the veil is lifting and we're about to be shown some weird shit, and AI is the perfect cover. Naturally, things that are real, we're being conditioned to put it down to AI. Why else would they give AI to us? Now is the time to use discernment when deciphering whether something's real or whether something is fake.
That is super cool.
I haven't seen this one before. This one's new. Did such a good job on it. Wow. What a beautiful day.
What I was about to ask you though was how demonic is Hollywood?
It is filthy. I've never seen anything like it because there are no consequences to doing what they do. We're saying in my world, you'd wind up dead in a gutter for this, or in a back alley, or with some broken bones behind doing what I'm listening to, but they giggle about it. And that's just the way they operate. Things got rather filthy. And the earlier scene where the gangsters had his house under surveillance and they saw the woman bring her daughter in one evening, and then the next morning she was hobbling because the guy had deflated her and with this young girl. That's Hollywood.
I'm about to find out who my audience really is. I pray it's all of you. I really hope this lands for all of you, but it's not gonna. Okay, I was seeing this guy for a short period of time, but I told my mom, I said, I'm pretty sure this man's a reptile. She's like, oh. Weeks go by, she sends me an article. She's like, he's not a reptile. He's a Nordic. I said, okay. My 79-year-old mother's awake. My job here is done. I mean, also still no confirmation. We really don't know what he is, but he ain't right.
Let me know y'all thoughts. Let me know y'all opinions, man. Don't forget to hype the video up. I know y'all hate this part of the video. We made it to the end of this. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. I know we come up with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. When you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. I appreciate you for watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish was smooth 7. Till I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know